What's happening, guys? I'm Dan. Welcome back to another episode of Pour Michigan Reviews. We got some Michigan beer coming from a pretty awesome brewery from Detroit, guys. It's going to be Brew Detroit. This is the brown ale. Not so stellar or fashionable brown ale, guys, but I thought that I would run through this one with you guys because you know what? It's about Michigan beer. It is this time of the year. It's the fall going into the winter. Let's talk about a brown ale. I have not had this brown ale from Brew Detroit. They have been actually getting into the distribution of northern Michigan and all over Michigan within the last year, 2 years, guys. So they're just getting more popular year after year. I'm trying to give all their beers a shot. I've had many of their beers, but I don't think I've reviewed them on the channel. So we're going to do the not so, you know, limelight brown. It's not the biggest deal, right? Browns, they're not that cool. They're not that hip. I still like a good brown, guys, so I'm going to check this one out, coming in at 5.2% ABV. Slick label, very clean. So let's see what Brew Detroit has to offer. Can't believe I've never been there either. There's like a lot of beers I review on this channel. I've been to their brewery, but this is one of them that I have not been to their brewery. This doesn't look as dark as many other browns. It's a little bit lighter, almost like amberish, almost like a reddish amber brown, if you will, but it's kind of muddy, dirty in the middle. I'm just seeing like little reflections of the light from the ring light here, and it's giving me almost like a reddish brown hue to it, guys, with a off-white, almost light tinge of brown head, but really a creamy, very delicate head sitting over the top. As this is only 5.2%, it shouldn't be anything crazy, guys. It shouldn't be a nutty beer, but maybe it is a nutty beer. It's a brown. Maybe it is. Let's go to an aroma. It does. It smells like it smells kind of hoppy. It almost smells like a hoppy Yingling brown, if you will. But there it is, a little bit of like toasted malts, a little bit of caramel grains. It does have this little like zippiness to it, like again, this little hoppy factor coming in, or this little like small spice coming in. Not that it's like a pumpkin spice or a fall spice, it's just like this little, almost like rye spice, little peppercorn thing. I don't know, it's 5.2, it's not your like Bel Air brown 7% behemoth. 5.2, let's dive in. Brew Detroit brown ale. Cheers. First time. Ooh. Wow. So right off the bat, if you've had like classic browns, sometimes they're a lot heavier than this. Sometimes there's more body. This one is extremely light. I mean, borderline like feathery, pillowy, soft mouthfeel, but it's thin, it's light, it's not weighing you down. It's very easy, I feel like, to put this down after the first sip. That was just my first impression. Dive a little bit deeper. There is a small nuttiness, just almost the smallest complex of like chocolatey goodness, but it's so tiny. It's so tiny. This beer is more hoppy than it is chocolatey. It's got a small like caramel nuttiness to it, but those factors are soft. They're off to the side. There's this little like peppercorn floral spice hoppiness that kind of brings this beer all together, kind of balances it out. It's not too heavy. It's not too nutty or malty. It's very much so to the lighter end of the complex for a brown ale. And it's got this small IPA-ish quality to it that you don't typically see in a lot of browns. I'm not saying it's an IPA. I'm not saying it's super hoppy, but it's got like this floral little spice kind of added on to the caramel nutty maltiness with a small chocolate accent over the top, guys. That's it. I don't think it's meant to be anything more complex than that, but it's not your typical brown in my opinion. Do I like it? Yeah, it's good. Again, I could put this down no issue. It's got great drinkability, and it's got a nice soft touch to it compared to some of the other browns. Again, not as malty as some of the other browns you're typically going to come in contact with. Brew Detroit, nice job. So, where am I going to sit with this as a rating? Let's wrap it up. I think this is a solid 3.85 out of 5. I don't know why I'm feeling that way. I think that this little like slight floral hoppy touch adds a little, just a little something over the top, a little tilde over that brown ale, guys. So it's something different, something I didn't expect. Nice job, 3.85 out of 5. It is what it is. It's not your classic brown, I don't think. A little bit of a twist. So for me, guys, that's where I stand today. Thank you for being here. I'm Dan. You know what it is. I'll catch you on the next review. Cheers.